Well, welcome to Smells Like Paris. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a Boadicea The Victorious. They have a new release that just come out, and I was able to get a little 2 ml decant, so I put the whole thing on so that I could give a proper review. And I got it from Paris de France website. I suggest you go there. I don't get any kickback. I just like to tell you when I get something, and they have a pretty good decant sale where you can be the judge of the fragrance before you make the purchase. And it's a nice little bottle, as you can see. Here it is. Defender. There were two other fragrances that I can compare them to. One was a purchase I made back in 2013. That far back was by Parfums De Marly, and it was called Oajan. It came in a 125 ml size. I still have the bottle. It's empty now. It took years to get through it, but it was maybe $225 for 125 ml. And then came Angel Share by Kilian, and that came out in, I want to say 20, but I got my notes here, excuse me, came out in 2020, just around COVID. I mean, a dead ringer for Oajan. I think that Defender also smells like Angel Share, which the both of them also smells like Oajan. All three are different perfumers. However, Oajan was created by a perfumer named Shyamala Mason Diu. I maybe have butchered that name, I apologize. But of the three perfumers, this one here has the most experience. From what I can see, they've done over 95 fragrances, or that person has done over 95, and 6 of them are Tom Fords. Some of them are people's favorites, like Fucking Fabulous, Boadicea Son, Boys de Marly, Lies Fume, Velvet Orchid, to name a few. So Angel Share came in a 50 ml size, would cost you somewhere in the neighborhood of above $250, $255 for a 50 ml size. Keep in mind, I said Oajan was $220, and it came in a 125 ml size. It lasted years. And now Defender, which came out this year in 2024 by Boadicea The Victorious. It'll run you, 100 ml size will run you $595. And that's, I'm a big Boadicea The Victorious fan. My first one was Nimmer. However, I would say, take my advice, Oajan, even though Angel Share is a little bit more refined, of course, after you've copied, and that's my personal opinion. These three, what they have in common is benzoin, tonka bean, and benzoin will have a vanilla smell, but yeah, it had a little sandalwood. There's ambergris in Oajan, which is not in the other two, but they have those notes. Tonka bean, the cognac type smell is within the Angel Share, but within Defender, it has a cherry water, which I do get a little bit of the cherry, and it also has the cognac. There is no cognac in Oajan, but you could clearly tell where they may have gotten their inspiration. I'm a Kilian fan, however, sometimes companies take advantage of us guys who have the money that likes to fork out for the fragrances. So sometimes I say beware, because they're taking advantage of our wallets. Estee Lauder, which now owns Tom Ford, and which owns Kilian, which then I sort of strayed away from those companies, because when a large company purchases another brand, they tend to tie the hands of the perfumers, or they try to go mainstream like the designers, and that's so the quality isn't there, and some things that might be off the beaten path now is not as good as it was. So you have to be aware, as in what I said earlier, the Tom Ford, the fucking Fabulous, which I thought was a fucking shame, because it smelled like Bulgari Black. And so did Kilian's Black Phantom. I wasn't a big fan of that one either. It reminded me of Cartier. I'm forgetting the name of it, but it was a Cartier fragrance that came out in the late 90s. And that's how far back that goes, and it was the same smell. So sometimes you got, this nose here, it has a good memory. So I would say, do check out Defender. It's nice. My wife even gave me a compliment on it. I've gotten compliments from Angel Share. I've gotten compliments from Oajan. But if it's money, get you the Oajan, you get 125 mil for $220. It's not as, like I said earlier, it's not as refined as the Angel Share. However, you will appreciate that it will last you a good long time. You will definitely smell the inspiration from that. The perfumer for Angel Share, the person is headed here, is Benoist Laposa, and I'm guessing this is a guy perfumer. He doesn't have a big database of fragrances. I think this is probably his best. And as well as Defender, the perfumer is Kumula, or whatever, almost like Kamala Harris. But be that as it may, if it's a she doesn't have that much in hers. And this is probably her best, from what I can see. Go with Oajan if you can. I think you'll thank me for it, but get all three, compare them. Your nose will appreciate all three. They are compliment getters. I don't wear them for compliments, but I can assure you that you will get compliments. I did like Angel Share a little bit better than I did Oajan, only because 10 years later, more or almost 12 years later, it did get more refined. So sometimes you're working with better materials, you get a chance to knock out the rough edges of the fragrance. But Oajan, I would say in this order, Oajan because of the price. I would say next would be Angel Share because it's refined. And last but not least, Defender would be a pass because it's too much of a copycat. And sometimes you have to watch that with Boadicea. They have been known to make really, in my opinion, great dupes, even though they're not putting them out there as dupes. But that's what they are. So again, share the video if you like. Leave a comment. I know it's been like 21 days, but I'll be dropping a few more videos soon. Try to keep up, as I have a lot of decants to get through, and as well as I don't make too many full bottle purchases anymore. I'm 68 years old, so I'm never gonna get through them all, but I can enjoy them all. And if I do pull the trigger, I do plan on maybe Christmas, I may buy 3 full bottles. There's my wish list of, I'm a big fan of Henry Jacques, And I'm a big fan of Guerlain, but I may pass on that because I have enough Guerlains. I don't need to keep sharing my wealth with Guerlain. And there are a couple of others, but I will when I get them, I will present them on the video. But until then, remember, smell like Paris.